Maybelline had 2 major foundation launches this year, so you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to put these to the test side by side, full day wear test. Let mis bonitas know which one I would recommend for who. A lot of you bonitas have been asking me, which one should I try? So now I'm gonna give you all the information, let you guys know out of these 2, which one best suits who. So if you wanna continue watching, seeing this full day wear test, seeing this full day comparison, then please go ahead and do so. Okay, Bonita, so first things first, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video, because we do a lot of makeup reviews as well as Bonita on a budget content, because we got bills, we got other things we gotta pay. So I help you find the best deals in the beauty world so that you don't have to overspend on makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to start off with the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation. I'm going to be applying it on this side of the face. Now, this foundation did launch, I want to say at the beginning of 2025. This is really nice foundation, just want to say that right off the gate. I do also want to point out that I do have oily skin. I have oily skin, I have sensitive skin, I have rosacea, so those are some things that I like to make sure I find a foundation that best targets those things, but I will be giving you guys recommendations for all different types of skin. Now, before we do start, I want to go ahead and apply a little bit of lip balm. I recently was sent these lip balms by Rare Beauty. Muchas gracias, Rare Beauty. And I've been really enjoying them. They have 4 different colors, and this one in the clear is great for like when I'm getting ready. These are also an overnight lip mask, which who doesn't love that, in the shade Easy Going. I am going to take some notes and read a little bit about the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. I did purchase this foundation and I did get this in the shade 312. And right now I think there are some good deals going on if you purchase these from Ulta, is what I'm seeing right now. Buy 2 get 1 free. So this is the Super Stay Up to 30-Hour Lumi Matte Long Wearing Foundation. It retails for $15.99. This is a Lumi Matte Long Wearing Foundation infused with amino acids. It's breathable coverage with a luminous matte finish in 24 shades. Stay flawless no matter what the day has in store for you. Suitable for all skin types, even sensitive skin. You achieve a flawless base with our light as air formula that feels like nothing on the skin. Now, this one is in the shade 312, and I have the Glow Foundation in the shade 210. I think this one suits me better now, but we're just gonna have to play with it. So let's go ahead and pump. This is what the Lumi Matte looks like. It does have a liquidy formula. It feels like the Armani Luminous Silk, to be honest. Very, very lightweight. I'm gonna take this brush right here and I'm going to begin pressing it in on the skin with a brush. I do feel like these type of foundations that are a little bit more on the liquidy side perform best with a brush, because it really allows to push in the product and give you the most seamless, natural skin-like finish. You can see immediately it covers that redness. So if you do have imperfections that you are trying to cover, this is going to be a great foundation that's not going to need too much of like that building to really get the coverage that you are looking for and desire. I'm going to take a little bit more also on this side, and we're going to spread the foundation out evenly. It does look like it's going to be a little too warm in the bottle, but once on, it doesn't look horrible. This is definitely more so, I would say, for me, a like summer shade, because it does have much more warmth on the complexion once applied. But I can be very happy that it covers that redness. Look at the difference. Now, I did review this, again, like I said, early on in 2025. But now what we really want to do is draw the comparisons and see which one, you know, best suits you. That is what we're here for, to let mis bonitas know what is the best formula. Okay, so you can also see that this foundation doesn't have any glow to it. Like, it truly does give a soft matte finish. I wouldn't say it's like matte and flat, because it's not. You guys can still see that the skin still looks like skin. It's just that the foundation isn't going to give any glow, and that I can really appreciate. I also am very impressed, and even the first time that I ever tried this foundation, I was very impressed with the fact that it is such a lightweight foundation. It is not heavy whatsoever. A lot of times in the past, after reviewing so many foundations through the years, I I do see that some foundations can have a very nice matte finish, but can feel so thick and heavy. And this truly does not feel any of that. You can see here I have the 30 Hour Lumi Matte Foundation, looking very beautiful, breathable, skin-like, flawless finish. I don't feel like it over enhances my texture, which is something that I can always appreciate. I just feel like it gives like the prettiest, just your skin but better coverage, while giving you a nice matte finish, especially for my bonitas who do have oily skin and are looking for something that's going to just give you this type of finish. Now I do want to touch it. Okay, not really sticky, which is a plus. That is right here, the Maybelline Super Stay Lumi Matte Foundation. I would recommend, if you are around my complexion, I probably would go one shade down. Try to find like a neutral one. As you can see, I feel like the Plump and Glow one, the Lifter one, looks pretty true to my complexion right now in terms of having that nice like neutral tone. So just keep those things in mind when you are deciding what to purchase. I would also say go in store and purchase the foundation rather than getting it online if you are unsure what your shade is. Okay, so now on this side, we're going to go in with the Pump and Glow. And this one is in the shade 210. I did pick this up recently on Amazon. I do have an in-depth review on this foundation that you can check out. So this also does retail for $15.99. And the shade that I picked up, like I said, is the shade 210. The Maybelline Lifter Foundation is 90% skincare formula with niacinamide and hyaluronic acid for plumpy and glowy skin. This foundation does have a powerful antioxidant that helps refine pores and even skin tone, and hyaluronic acid to deeply hydrate and plump skin, minimizing the look of wrinkles. Achieve your perfect complexion with buildable coverage from a sheer natural glow to a more full coverage finish. It gives a radiant finish to enhance your skin's natural luminosity, leaving you with a healthy, vibrant glow. This one also is available in 24 diverse shades. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake this. I do also wanna point out, since reviewing this foundation, I have been wearing this pretty much every day. I've been really enjoying this foundation, to be quite honest with you, bonitas, even with somebody that does have oily skin. The first comparison I'm gonna draw between these two is that the Lumi Matte is much more liquidy than this one, the Plump, I keep saying pump, than the Plump and Glow foundation. So that's just something to know. This one is more so creamy. It feels like you're applying like a hydrated moisturizer onto the skin. So we have this, and I am going to go ahead and take another brush. I'm taking my MAC, and I'm going to just begin blending this out. Now this is going to give a more radiant finish. It says it that in the description. So that's what you're gonna get out of it. The other big difference in these two foundations is the shade color. So they both have 24 diverse shades, but I feel like in the Plump and Glow, I definitely picked out my more suitable shade. I think right now for the winter, this shade does suit me the best. It's more of that true neutral, and I'm impressed because I found it a little difficult this year, now that I'm kind of doing a reflection of 2025 makeup, that I feel like in this year's makeup, it was kind of hard to find the perfect undertones. I feel like a lot of foundations would claim to be neutral and they would just be either too warm or too cool. And so I do have to give props to the few brands that I truly did feel like they did a pretty good job when launching neutral tones. And Maybelline, this one in the shade 210 is definitely one of them. Now I can't speak for all because I do also understand that there's so many different undertones, and sometimes what works for some may not work for others, or vice versa. But I can say for these two specific shades, if you're looking, let me know down below your thoughts. Which one do you think looks more suitable to my complexion? The shade, which one is this one? 312 or the shade 210? Because I think they both can work, but I think this one does pull a little bit warmer. Now I'm also keeping an eye to make sure that we're not oxidizing, or if we are, to just note that to you guys. But as of right now, I mean, you can see This side definitely does have a little bit more of a glow, but I have to say this side did a great job of covering the redness. And that's something that I can also appreciate, is that yes, it does claim to be a more like buildable coverage or just customizable in terms of you're able to really do what you want with it. If you want more so of a natural, barely there type of makeup look, you can get that with the Plump and Glow. But if you want more full coverage, you can also get that by building the product up. I still have a little bit of product from this foundation that I am building up, and I feel like it's doing a great job of covering, like really great. And I also would say these products are best applied with a brush. Lately, I don't know what it's been. I used to be a big sponge girl, but lately I've been really enjoying using a brush to apply the foundations, because I feel like it just really does a good job of pressing the product in and blending it very seamlessly, and also no te manchas las manos, you don't get your hands dirty. So that I can always appreciate. So these are the two shades. This is the Plump and Glow in the shade 210, and then this is the Lumi Matte in the shade 312. So you can definitely tell that the Lumi Matte does have more of a matte finish, still healthy. And then the Plump, here we go again. The Plump and Glow does have glow to it. Like I mentioned, I have been wearing the Plump and Glow quite often since I purchased it. And I have to say, as somebody with oily skin, the best way for it to really last well on your skin is to use a matte primer or a grip primer. The ones that I've been rotating are the FENTY matte primer, and also the, which one is it? The Essence grip primer, another one of my favorites. Rotating those two really helps like keep that makeup in place. Also, powdering my face has helped make it prolong it not getting oily on the Plump and Glow side. So those are some things that I have noticed as somebody with oily skin who still wants to use this foundation, see within it. But I do know that if you have the option to not have to do those extra steps, if you don't have time, then something like the Lumi Matte would definitely best suit you. Now, do I think the coverage is too far off from what you get from the Lumi? No, I think the coverage in here you can quickly achieve by adding more pumps of foundation. I don't think that it's too sheer, that there's a huge difference in the coverage that you're going to get out of both of these foundations. I feel like they both give you and can deliver that nice, pretty full coverage formula. The biggest difference that I'm noticing right at this moment is the shades, like I mentioned. It's two different shades. Also the formulas. The formula in the Lumi Matte is much more liquidy. Like I said, it does remind me of the formula of the Armani Luminous Silk, of it being more so of a liquidy. The one by Plump and Glow is more so of a creamy consistency, but you just get more glow out of this one. So those are the things that I would say are some differences that I just noticed right off the bat from trying both of these foundations. But you can see you do get really pretty results, just first impressions from both sides. I'm so curious to know your thoughts, bonitas, but this is what we got going on right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how this looks so we can begin the wear test. Bonitas, I am back, full face is on. I'll have all the details, everything I use on the face down below in the description box. You can check out the items. Also, you'll see products that pop up on the screen. You can click on them and shop, research the products. If you do shop, I do receive a commission, which greatly helps out my channel so that I can continue making amazing quality content para mis bonitas, so muchas gracias. But let's go ahead and talk about the foundations. Let's make sure they're both on the right side. So on this side, we do have the Lumi Matte, and on this side, we do have the Pump. Oh my gosh, here I go. The Plump and Glow foundation. So you guys are seeing what they look like. Both work so beautiful with the rest of my products, which I do appreciate. I do want to say that this one does pull warmer because it is a warmer shade that we went in with. But overall, when I was doing my makeup, I was noticing this one definitely did look more so of a matte finish. Honestly, right now, they look pretty similar. I'm not noticing a huge difference besides the color. But of course, what's really going to test this out is later on the day. As for the Plump and Glow side, this one does look a little bit more radiant, like a radiance from within. Also, I feel like this is more so my true match at the moment than this one. But what I am seeing right off the gate is that this one, in my opinion, looks honestly more like skin. I feel like this one, very beautiful, but it does look more foundation-y. And you guys can let me know your thoughts. So this is the Lumi Matte, and then this is the Plump and Glow. It's 9:29 in the morning. I was listening to some Selena Gomez, but this is what it's looking like on the face. So definitely let me know your thoughts. You will also see an in natural lighting clip, which can showcase more so of how this looks with the natural lighting. Right now it is sunny, thank goodness, but later I think it's gonna rain later. So I'm gonna take advantage of the sun. And I'm also about to go get my hair cut, which is why my hair is up like this, because I'm like, I just need this out of my way and not in the way. So this is what we're looking like. Let me know your thoughts so far down below. Stay tuned for the in natural lighting clip, as well as my final thoughts on which one I would recommend for who, and if I see a big difference that you should be aware of. So keep watching. Okay, bonitas, I had to do the in natural lighting clip, of course, showcasing the makeup. So this side right here is with the Lumi. Oh, I just got my hair done, which is why there's hair on my face. But here you can see, this is the Lumi Matte, and this is the Plump and Glow. So two sides. What are we thinking? Which one do you like better? Let me know your thoughts. Bonitas, I am back. It is 6:52 p.m. As you can see, about to be 7 p.m. So this is what the two foundations look like. This is the Lumi Matte, and this is the Plump and Glow. So what are we thinking at the end of the day? Honestly, they don't look too far off. This one looks slightly more oil-free than this side. This side definitely has a glow. I do think the Plump and Glow is phenomenal for anybody who has dry to normal skin. I, with oily skin, do enjoy it when I wear my matte primer and when I really go in and powder my face. It wears beautifully because this does layer really nicely with other products on top. So for that, it can work, but just by itself, on somebody that has oily skin, definitely picks up dew and will look dewy by the end of the day, which some may call greasy, you know, but this is what it's looking like. It does become one with the skin, but I do appreciate the fact that it's still on. It did not fade or anything. Like, it wore really nicely. It has longevity. So this is definitely for the person with dry to normal skin. Now for the person with oily skin, this one does still have a little bit of radiance that does peek through. It does look less oily, obviously, than this side, which we can see it, but this does pick up some dew. So you guys can definitely see this, but I would say this is more suitable for the person who does have oily skin. And again, you can go in with a matte primer or powder to really lock everything into place, but this is what they look like side by side. So definitely recommend this more so for oily skin and this more so for dry skin. But you guys can let me know your thoughts down below. I also have to point out that by the end of the day, this shade kind of oxidizes because I feel like it looks a little bit closer in color to this side, which you can see, right? Like, I feel like it definitely has some of that like warmth that goes through on this side. So that's just something to note on the Plump and Glow, is that it will get a little bit warmer in tone. But I would say overall, for me right now, if you are around my complexion, I would recommend this one because it does look more true to my skin now, even though it does pick up a little bit of some warmth in there by the end of the day. But it just really depends on what you're looking for. But both foundations do have longevity, so they have not faded or anything. They're still really nice and in place, even though we did pick up some dew. Now, mind you, I have oily skin, so this could work differently for everybody, but I just wanted to share what these look like side by side. Let me know your thoughts down below. What are you thinking? And let's chat. So muchas gracias, bonitas. I appreciate you watching this video, and stay tuned because I will be doing a roundup of my favorite affordable beauty products of 2025. So stay tuned for that, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That really helps out my channel so we can continue to grow, bonitas. That is a big goal of 2026, to continue to grow La Familia bigger and stronger. So muchas gracias, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. Y nos vemos pronto. Adiós, bonitas.